Hello and welcome. This is the new series that I'm doing. It's City Skylines. I'm an actual urban planner. I have a bachelor degrees in urban planning, believe it or not. So apart from Rocket League, I like to play this game. It's also one of my favorite games. And I want to build a city together with you guys of at least like 100,000 and maybe even more. We'll see. One time I made a region of 1 million inhabitants. I enabled some mods because I think the base game is a little bit isn't always right at some points. So like I have an enhanced truck AI, hearse AI, all the available spaces enabled, automatic emptying of these things are a little silly, I think. So I think it's really good that these mods exist, but the rest is vanilla. So I won't be importing any buildings or anything like that. So it's a vanilla game combined with some mods. Also the population balance mod, because I remember that there were like giant apartment complexes and they only had like maybe 8 families living in them, so I also didn't find that so realistic. So that's a really good mod to use as well. Well, as you can see, is the AI of the trains, of the traffic, because I'm an urban planner actually with a traffic management specialty. So maybe I can also tell something about this, but actually I'm always struggling with traffic myself, to be honest. So, but anyway, maybe it's interesting to hear my view on the game and how I play it compared to somebody that didn't study for urban planning. So without further ado, let's make a new game. We'll play the I had some level in mind that I wanted to try. Let me see what it was. Something that has quite a bit of space, but it's still really interesting to yeah, the Powhatan Valley. I think that would be also a really nice level to start to play around in, especially now with autumn approaching. So let's go. I'll probably cut out this part because the loading screen, it takes a little bit long, of course. Okay, so the game loaded. We're already a megalopus. Excuse me for my pronunciation there. A megalopus, a megalopus. I know that lopis, I believe, is Greek for city. So I think I'll stop pronouncing that. And let's go to the game. I unlocked everything because I find it a little bit weird that you have to first start with a power plant and then to have water and blah blah blah. I just want to have everything to my disposal. I also have unlimited money, but our goal is to of course make a positive revenue. I think that should be possible. So let's go. The game is already starting to give me some hints, but we'll do our own thing. First thing I'll do is to enable all tiles, and the mod does that for you. So if you unlock all tiles for free, it will do this, and it's really a satisfying thing. It can take a moment, but it should. Yeah, and there it goes. So this gives us a little bit more breathing space. Just look at this here. Oh darn it, it's so misty here. It's like a different world for me. Holland is completely different from this. Well, it can be misty in Holland too. But okay, I'll start planning out my city. I'll analyze where we are. That's something that urban planners do. They take a look like, well, it's not every day that, of course, that we're building new cities, but in our opinion, cities should lie on some kind of crossroad of rivers and potentially also roads. Sometimes villages also they sprawl up at places where there are road junctions and things like that. In our case, there are no road junctions yet. Yeah, only this thing here that I'm not sure what I'll do with that yet. But anyway, there's a river junction, or a junction. Yeah, there's a river junction here, but it's not important to build there. But somewhere alongside the river, I think that would be a great idea. In the future, we can build some harbors here. So it would be nice to not be too far from the harbors. I think this would be a cool little place to start a city. I didn't enable disaster, so I'm not expecting any big floods anytime soon. So I think I'll just remove this, because I'm not gonna build here. We're gonna go the other way. And it will be more than likely also that I'll create some additional villages. So it might be that maybe here there will be some village, or here, whatever, and maybe somewhere here. We'll see. But for now, we'll start building the main city, the capital of this region. I have no idea for a name yet. I'll have to think about it, because I'm not so great at Scandinavian names, because we're in a boreal environment here. So, but whatever, we can already make a little road layout. I find it really cool to make organic cities. So that means that you build out small, and then you gradually let it grow towards new areas. And then also to think about the new traffic situations by upgrading roads and everything. I'm not a big fan of the let's say the completely planned out city that people are drawing already, like super big layouts of roads and everything to build later. I prefer to dream away a little bit, like, hey, we're now like in the Middle Ages a little bit, even though we're not. And you know, to make like some organic looking place, you know, that maybe there are originally that it's like some fisherman's village, and you know, with some little ring road, and this, you know, that there used to be like some little fishing dock here or something. You can actually make something like that, but it will be later. With a main road in the middle, we'll make it like maybe nice and green. Now that's for later, I think. We'll make we'll just make a normal road for now. This will be the main road through the fishing village, and it will lead to the, yeah, because it's necessary, of course, to make a connection to the road, but it will lead to the freeway. Can I place it underneath here, or what? Let's see. I'll make it a little bit more winding and curling the road to give this historical feel. So here we are at the freeway. Let's see how we'll do this. I'm also not so big on aesthetics, like that the roads have to be perfectly, because even in real world the roads aren't always built perfectly symmetrical and everything like that. So I wouldn't get too wound up about that either. For me at least, let me speak for myself. I find it more important to have a cool looking, atmospheric, real looking city, or at least, because we're doing vanilla, relatively real looking. So, because the buildings and everything, they look different from real life. Let's see how this is connecting. Should be alright for now. Then we'll make a off ramp that will go from here to there. I don't want to make it too steep, but it's an automatic thing, so cannot do so much about that. And an on ramp again, and well, let's make it a little bit, but it's the same length. So now we connected our little fishing village to the main road, so it's nicely connected to the rest of the area. So let's continue with the layout of our fishing village. We'll have to make some side roads. you have to understand that it's like an organic built city. So the original center, or the original village like this, it shouldn't be too straight. At least if you want to make a European looking village. And maybe this village will grow out to be a city. We'll see. Anyway, to make it a little bit more clear that this is the main road, then I'll put this green layer in like that. So that looks okay, I think. We'll make a power plant, but yeah, of course we can be completely historical accurate here. So I think we'll go with something like this, some nice solar plant that will give us power for a lot of years. And because also money is not an option at the moment, I'll make a power line that will connect it to the village. Westdale. That's not a real name for this village. That will be later. Okay, so that's connected. I think at the moment we'll make also we should have some water. I think at the moment it should be enough to have a few water towers. Let's put them. What's the logic here again? I think it doesn't really matter where to put them. I'll put them here. I'll put one. I'll put here, and another one I'll put here. Should be enough for the foreseeable future. So like that. I also like to make regions and with competing cities. That means, of course, I'll have like several cities that are like similar to each other, but one will be the capital and they will compete. But due to location, probably this one has the best location. This will win and outcompete the other cities that are in this region. I like to dream away doing that. So, but for now we'll focus on this capital village. There's of course no other villages yet. We'll give them water too. Okay, well that's that. There's a huge demand for residential zoning, so we'll start with that. Even though it wasn't really a thing in the past to have parks, I think it's still a good idea to have one. Maybe it would be cool to have a park like alongside the waterfront here. Maybe here I want to have it cover the village. Maybe I'll do two, one on this side and one on this side. But they look so strange if you click on them, it will look a little bit weird, so maybe we'll do one here. Okay, let's continue. I got an unexpected phone call there. We were placing parks. Maybe I'll do some different park. It's like also nice. There's some tropical garden, some Zen garden. This is a Japanese garden. But a tropical garden in a boreal environment, I'm not so sure about that actually. Maybe some playground or something. Maybe some cool carousel park. What would be cool to do? Unrealistic. I'm not aiming to be really realistic here. I'm just trying to make a city out of the perspective of an urban planner. But whatever, we'll make a little happy little waterfront here. Well, can always change it again if I want. But I'm expecting that my Sims with a C will make a lot of babies, and together with that the children need to play, so that's cool. Okay, let's fill up our little village, fishing village. So I like to use this brush tool. So I don't know, it's really satisfying, especially if you don't miss any little cubics. Alright. If it would be a bigger city and it would be in the medieval times, cities would be protected also with some channel around it, with towers and watching towers, and that people would shoot trespassers, whatever. I'm not sure if I'll do that, but anyway, I want to have a clear structure in the city, that there's going to be a historical part and new extensions of the city. So we'll give this a how's this called? A district. This will be the historical district. Now, for now, Elizabeth Park. Let's go with something like Anaheim. I don't know. It sounds alright. I cannot press the M too much because it gives the first-person view. It's really. I think that looks cool, and we'll do. I have all kinds of styles, but I'll keep it to the basics. I think we'll see. Central European style. I think just European style, and then maybe European suburbia. But for now, suburbia I think will be okay. Or now I'll keep it to the default style. Yes, that's it. Maybe we can already make a school, so that my Sims. But yeah, I'll make a school, and this school will educate my Sims. I also really used to like SimCity, but I was so disappointed. Like 99% of all people with the 2013 version. So it is a blessing that this game came, and that we can do this, can play this game. Because Cities XL was interesting, but it was poorly optimized, and I don't know, it was lacking in a lot of features. It's dark a lot here, I noticed. It's a little bit annoying. Probably because in this Northern Europe area there's a lot of darkness. Oh crap, yeah, I forgot to place some well, if we're having unlimited money anyway, we'll go for the eco water treatment. But it should be away from the fishing village, I think. Let's look at the stream of the water. It goes like that, so it wouldn't, for example, it would be a really bad idea to put it here. Then it will, even though it's relatively clean because it's the eco water treatment plant, it still would give some kind of pollution down this river towards our fishing village. That's something we don't want. So I think if we'll put it away, put it here. What should I? No, I think it. Where should I put it? We'll put it for now. We'll put it here. We have to put it somewhere. At least away from civilization for now. Of course, there has to be some pipelines that will go to it. So to connect it, it's connected, so that's nice. Okay, let's see how our village is developing. You can check also, of course, in a moment how our city is doing, our village is doing in terms of safety and fire hazards. I think fire hazard is already going to be quite high. Maybe it's already a good idea to put a fire station just to be sure. We'll put it at the edge of the village. People will be nice and safe. It also raises the value of the houses, as far as I know. So that's also a nice thing. You can check it, the land value here. It's not that high yet, but anyway, there is not so much. You can see that the land value is really high near parks and things that people are enjoying to be there and to live next to it. Let's see how it's going here. Well, I think it looks cute already. I can use this camera mod that I downloaded. It really gives a cool perspective of everything. Oh, there's like I've never seen this in real life, but it's probably really cool, like it is here. But let's fly through our developing little village, fishing village. There's already some apartment complexes going on here, which is interesting. That's something that I find City Skylines lacking a little bit. The control over the buildings, unless you place them yourself, there's not a real big control over what kind of buildings you will get if you use the vanilla theme, because there are some settings here, like you cannot have a high rise, but I don't think it does so much because this is not being considered as a high rise. Anyway, we can take a look. We'll ban high rising. Biking, I think that's not really necessary yet. No rebuilding. Let's see what we can do here. Electrical cars, filter industrial waste. I think that's all maybe in the future, but for now that's not an issue. High-tech housing. Well, could be interesting. We can make high-tech housing. We'll make a really modern fishing village with high-tech housing. Services, education boost, park and recreation, recycling. Well, this is all for later. Recycled plastic, it's a little bit more specific, but yeah, but it's coming nicely together, the village, I think. I just love the perspective. It has a higher FOV, as you can tell. It's really lovely. Okay, so now there's a high demand for commercial activity. We could do that a little bit alongside the coast here, because yeah, fishermen's and everything. We'll make a fishing dock first. We have to go here for that. Fishing dock. Where is that located again? Here it is, I think. Fishing pier. So we could have one here. I think that would look quite cool. It's like nicely close to the road. We'll make multiple because it is a fishing village after all, even though I don't like the location here that much. Can make like some walking path going to here. Yeah. Can make a marina or something, but that's for later because we don't have unlimited. I want to make a profit anytime in a not too long from now, so I'll be a little bit more careful. For now I'll make it a little bit more rustic looking with some old looking road, which will connect our it has to have a real road. Interesting. Didn't know about that. Then I'll put it I won't be putting it here, I think. Or maybe I can do a farmer road, also a rustic looking road. It's actually also a good idea, I think. Make it a little bit look like it's supposed to be like that, maybe like alongside the coast like this. So, and then I have to change it into something else, like this. Yeah, that looks quite okay. It looks cool. So the fishing people, and then you can also make a shortcut, make a little dust road going straight to here. This is the walking path that I was planning to make. Let's do it like this. That looks quite alright, I think. Our little fishing village is developing. Let's put some commercial stuff alongside the coast. I think that could be quite cool because it's maybe here. It's close to the fishing dock. There is no real harbor yet, so we'll consider this to be a harbor. Maybe here a little bit. We'll see how it will develop here. Don't think this spot is really good here. So there's also already a demand for industrial stuff. Well, the demand is there, so I should do that. But we can do that here. We can make an industrial terrain here and alongside the freeway. We'll create something here. This should be, in my opinion, a little bit more straight. It's just how industrial terrains are laid out mostly. They're really efficient in their layouts most of the time, because it's just more efficient for big companies to settle here. I have to make some kind of electricity now going to it. Okay, hopefully it will catch all the companies. Okay, let's place the buildings. I think I'll leave a little space here for future expansion this way and also this way, so I can extend the road. Also this way would be a good idea. Maybe some fire coverage here too, because these companies don't like to catch fire. I think when we'll reach like 10,000 inhabitants or something, we'll break even for at least that moment, I think already. Because again, it's my goal to make profit on this village, on this region, but it can take a while. Also, we'll name this area and industrial terrain. I don't like this name here. The industrial area. Also, for the I don't know why they made it like this, but the industrial area also prefers parks. It also will raise the land value there, and it will improve the the conditions of the park or of the area. So I'll place one. Don't ask me why, but it's something that really benefits the industrial terrain. People are maybe workers are happy to relax for a moment going to the going to a park because they have to work all day. I'll make a road connecting to it that people can walk from the industrial terrain to this. I'll have to remove this because it's in the way. What kind of thing is this? Park path? Well, why not? Like that. I'll place some additional trees to make it look cool. Oh, it isn't really great weather, it seems. Oh wait, it's a boreal environment, but I believe these trees also will be good enough for they won't die in the winter, I think, here. Alright, so there's an energy problem. What's happening? Oh, something happened here. It broke my yeah, it's interesting. Maybe it's a good idea to make like a double connection that if this part breaks, this part will take it over, and that there's still going to be energy going from back and forth. So yeah, whatever. It seems alright. Seems good. Seems to be a smart choice. So this is our fishing village right now. The demand is quite low. I think. Let's see how our education levels are. There's a lot of elementary school. And high school is they're already 46 eligible, but yeah, I'm not that sure if I'll do that job right now. we can expand our fishing village a little bit. Maybe it's already a fun idea to create a harbor soon. Not yet, but in a later stage, not too far from now. Let's create a road like this, going all the way here. And let's expand the village this way. Like that. Maybe one connecting road that leads from here to there. I don't want to have too many roads connecting to the main road, so we could do it like this. Probably in a later stage there will be more modern looking layouts, street layouts. Since this is it's still connected here, I can remove this for now. Well, the demand is increasing again for housing, so which is good. I forgot to make water pipes. I'll do that in a second. Like that. I hope I'm not sounding too much like Bob Ross, because I don't know, it's like I'm really relaxed always when I play these city building games compared to Rocket League or some other action thing, because I also like shooters, first person shooters to play. I also like to play them, but it's a completely different state of mind and energy. My game hung for a moment there. That's never a good thing. Create a little bit more, maybe on this side we can create a little bit of a commercial district looking on the water. I think that's also quite lovely. Maybe in a later stage I'll create a tourist specialization for this place, because I think it would be quite cool for tourists to check out the view, those things. But for now, we'll keep it quite traditional. There's already some criminals already taking over the village, so it's time for us to build a police station. Does it really matter where to put it? I think it doesn't really. I'll put it somewhere next to the fire station. Normally in urban planning, you try to centralize these city things, like the fire station and schools and police stations and everything, and then build the city around it so that these places are centralized. So I already spoiled how I'm gonna extend my city. It's gonna wrap around this cluster of stuff that I created here, so that I don't have to build any new stations or anything, so we can effectively use our resources that we currently have. So it's dark again, like it is often in in Northern Europe, it seems. Okay, so we need workers. There are not enough workers. And what kind of workers do we need? Uneducated workers. Well, those are easy to produce, so let's take a look what's happening here. Is everything built already, or can also create a new little area here, I think, which will still fit nicely with the original fishing village theme. Oh, it's so dark that I almost cannot see what I'm doing here. No. Let me see what's the best thing to do. We can also build around this road, since we don't have any city walling or anything like that. I think that's not a bad idea. Leave a little bit of space for future roads. Maybe here, that's a good idea. The piping is still good. I think I'll speed up the process a little bit because it takes a little bit long. I think it's starting to look quite cool here. I think later we could build a dam here or something. Would also be interesting. Just it would be interesting for the sake of building a dam. It's a nice flowing river. Alright, let's see how our industrial train is doing here. Maybe we can already build a medical center, medical clinic. You have two different ones nowadays. Which one looks nicer? I think this one looks better. I think my Sims will appreciate it. I would like to leave a little bit of space for a future road. I think this is perfect. My Sims will really like this, I think. Yeah, look at all the smiley faces. I think, yeah, that really boosted up the demand for new houses. So let's build a few new houses. Can use this part of the. Also, what I really find satisfying is that to play instead of doing doing the actual urban planning job is. Here you can just do whatever you want, and you don't have. There's no legal consequence to anything. You can just build this. You can delete that. You can do this. In the real urban planning world, obviously, things take years to develop and to be realized. For example, if you would want to build a road, well, you can just excuse my French, but you can just do it. You can just fucking do it. And in the urban planning world, it takes forever to get something to be done, which is a good thing because people should have their say, but it can also be a bad thing in the sense that sometimes things will take too long and it will not solve problems because of that. It will take way too long for problems to be solved, and it can be really infuriating. Let's see, well, I think I'll just, for now this will be good. I can delete this part of the power line. I prefer not to delete any buildings, to keep it a little bit realistic, because yeah, it's easy to just delete this here, and maybe I will, but for now I'm gonna keep it like this and build on the places that you can build without removing stuff that's already there too much. It will happen probably a lot, but for now I'm gonna stick to this principle. I think I'll leave some space here for a future new road that will go this way. So, oh, wrong button. This will be a future new road that will probably lead to a new area, maybe also to this industrial area. So that's that. Can build here, can build here. I'm not sure why it's doing that sometimes. It doesn't always open everything. I mean, sometimes things are like that, but I think it was because of the power line this time. Maybe it would be cool to have some trees in the middle here for the people to enjoy, like some boreal trees. These are not boreal, are they? Evergreen leaves, but these are fine. Click, 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 click. Maybe something here. People like trees. They'll make them happier, hopefully. Here. For now here, even though that will be temporary. People love trees. I like trees too, so let's make it as pleasant as possible for the people to live and be happy here and make babies. Even though some trees will probably get torn down because of my developments. Oh, you see now the city isn't in, it's already getting back on track because there was a power failure, and which was nice that I had this second backup power line here that kept the city from completely going black. So there's also a huge demand again for commercial area, for the commercial area. I'll create some of that, but I would like to do it in a nice way. Maybe I'm gonna sacrifice a little bit of this area in favor of a commercial area. I think I'll do that. It happens in real life too, that people are being evicted and that new developments are being created. One thing that I really don't like is that there's no possibility to make a combination between the residential areas and the commercial areas, because as like everybody knows, in Europe there are a lot of shopping streets, and then you have shops on the lower levels, and then on the higher levels you have residential areas. Like here we have a shop, but this should be people living in them. And that's a mistake that I think Paradox made. It's like this should be some mixed area of residential and commercial, and that's my opinion. Also, something that is an urban planning thing is that you have a nice point of reference now. This high little tower of the fire station is a nice point of reference throughout the whole village. You can, if you're lost, you can say, let's see. I'll go like this. Oh, I don't know where to go. Oh yeah, I have to go there. This is my point of reference, and that's also how cities are being created. Probably I'll make some higher tower or some church building or whatever. I don't know. I'm not religious, but people like churches. But that will be for a later moment, I think. Well, unless I can really dig it up really quickly now, but let's see what we have here. I believe there was some. This is for parks, I believe. Yeah. Can we find a church building or something? Something that's within the with what is a little bit realistic. Go away. There's no real church building. Only like really crazy buildings. Maybe I can make a... No, I'll keep it like this for now. Maybe I'll import some church building or something, because most villages, they all have churches in the center of their village. And then the houses are built around it. But this for now will be our church building, our point of reference that everybody, you can see it from everywhere, even if this will be the future extension of the village. So that's good. There's already some garbage problems happening. I think I'll build some recycle center, but they cannot be too far from the village. Let's see what we'll do. I'll build some recycle center. Those should be sufficient. I think I'll build it towards this freeway. I'll make some side road. I'll create a side road that will go to the freeway, the less desirable part of this map. There we can build some recycle centers. They should still reach the village quite well. Yeah, perfect. So we'll build one there, give it some power, which is important, and water, and that will be perfect. Hopefully the trucks won't clog up the main road too much. At the moment the traffic isn't that bad yet. This should all clear up really nicely. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at this, and I'll see you guys, if you like this, at the next episode, and then we'll try to expand our city further, and maybe we'll also make one or two competing village cities somewhere alongside the coast and on logical places like here or somewhere else. So I'll see you guys at the next episode, then ciao.